This video is, I guess, would fall into the category of a rant slash just a conversation. And if you look at the world today and how things have been shaping out over the years, whether it's the food, the air, the water, all of the force being forced to take the blue flu comes out of nowhere. We walking around with face bibs on. People who you once thought, stood for something actually were people that had principles, thought they stood on their word. You actually viewed them in a way that, at least from my angle where I'm coming from, actually viewed certain people like if the information. They was humble enough to know, okay, I'm not 100% familiar with what you're saying. Let me go, and when I have time out of my day, when I'm not busy doing, taking care of general things in my life. You got family, you got stuff to do, you got bills to pay, But in your downtime, when you have time to research and learn something, even if it's just to fortify what you already know, whatever little research you've done in the past, what you know. People used to go and be like, what, let me look into this and see, how does it measure up as far as what I know, what I think I know. People used to be humble enough to at least come to that conclusion until recently. And a lot of it seems to coincide with the blue flu. It's kind of weird. The whole time period, our conscience wouldn't let us do certain things. It's like that little voice in the back of our mind was like, what? Step to the side, do your own research on the side, because there's a lot of things being said doesn't quite make sense, doesn't add up. Just basic things. And the willfulness and wanting to learn new information. It seems like ever since that time period, even people you've known for years, even family members you've known your whole lives, they even fall in this category. This like take it for what it is and this is that. Almost to the point where you no longer even recognize these people. Like ex-coworkers and everybody. It's like, what? So you're planting your flag on what you think and believe right now. And you're 100% sure that it is impossible, no matter what new information is presented to you, no matter if it's put right in front of your face, that you are wrong. You're so staunchly set in your mind that you're right. All line of reasoning just goes straight out the window. Now, TDS started in 2016. That's just the byproduct. That's, there's something else that's the root of that mentality. TDS just made it worse. And then the blue flu swept in and it got worse. And now it's at a feverish pitch. You got people online that are still mad that the gunman missed. You have people that are still mad at that. And I'm going to tell you one thing. For those of you online saying stuff like that, so willfully and freely saying stuff like that, oh, you better believe I'm putting that on X, and you better believe I'm tagging the Secret Service. We didn't do that in 2020, even though there was a lot of evidence out there that, something's fishy about this. Something just don't smell right. We wasn't getting online talking about something should happen to the presidential candidate that we didn't vote for. We wasn't doing that. We was mad about it, and we was very suspicious about the numbers, but we was like, okay, all right, 4 years from now, we'll be more organized and we'll deal with it then. And we did. But it's just like over the years, ever since 2020, it seems like that blue flu really rotted y'all's brain. It's just so, it's sad and amazing at the same time. There needs to be some kind of scientific study done about the power of propaganda, especially in certain communities. Some of you would call that community the community. Oh, propaganda works wonders on those people. Wonders. It's amazing. It's crazy. It's sad at the same time. And it's just so weird. It makes you feel like you're in a parallel universe. And here I thought some of these people stood on business. Some of these people, your word used to mean something. You used to be humble enough to be like, what? I'm not 100% sure. Let me go back to the lab and look up some more stuff from neutral news sources. So if there's no lean left or right, it's in the middle. Let me see what these numbers say. the analytics. Let me look at this from a logical, objective point of view. Straightforward. No left, no right. Straightforward. And once I do that, then maybe I can have an informed opinion that happens to be backed up by facts. A lot of you used to stand on that, and now you don't. And in today's times, I have a little saying: either stand on your word or fall off the sentence. Period. And you know what? I'm humble enough to be like, you know what? No, I don't know everything, not even close. And I'm glad I don't, because it gives you time and space to grow and evolve and learn new things, because nobody has all the answers. But ironically, people that historically vote a certain way in certain communities think they know everything about everything. Well, this is how it's been, and regurgitating the mentality that had been passed down to them, the propaganda being spewed to them from certain media broadcasts that obviously lean a certain way, and you know they do, but you believe everything they say anyway, even though you know they have ingrained bias in them. And that bias stretches a lot further than people think, which is a big reason why you even have the left-leaning media so hell-bent on Doge and Elon Musk prodding, digging, uncovering things that the American people had no earthly idea this was going on. So why are they really mad? Will things be uncovered that shines a light on their unethical practices? CNN, MSNBC, as the veil is uncovered, and obviously certain politicians will be discovered doing some things that, dare I say, are illegal. Your salary is $174,000, but within a year or so, your net worth is $9 million. Jasmine Crockett, that's very interesting. But you know what's even more is you are not the only one. That is amazing. You mean my net worth can more than quintuple my salary within a year or so? Wow. Being a politician sounds like being a pastor of a church. Those little tithes that people pay still wouldn't amount to that mansion he lives in. And wait a minute, the pastor is rolling around in a Rolls Royce just from getting tithes? The congregation? That doesn't. A lot of people I just can't believe how propaganda can spill over people's brains like that, and they just accept it. Nothing to see here. Everything is normal. I know the TV is lying to me, but you know what? I'm going to pretend that they're not lying to me. Why? How will I accomplish this? Well, I'll just lie to myself more. That's how I'll deal with it. Yes, I finally figured it out. Another way for me to stick my head in the sand and pretend like everything is okay when everything is clearly not okay. But with a lot of you, everything being okay solely depends on if your team wins. And I don't mean sports when I say team. I'm talking from the political spectrum. See, everything is great if Democrats win the presidency. Everything is perfect then, even though throughout the 4 years of that Democratic reign, these same people have a lot of gripes and problems that can be traced directly back to Democratic policies, which is why when you try to challenge these left-leaning supporters, they never want to talk about facts, numbers, data, logical thinking. They resort to name calling. You're a coon. You're a sellout. Two feathers of the same bird. Then it shouldn't matter if you vote left or right. So why do you vote left all the time then, since it doesn't matter? Every word that comes out of y'all's mouths are a direct contradiction to talk about policies last year before the election. Just in case I overlooked something or missed something, I was open-minded enough to listen. But you don't get that from the other side. All you get is name calling. And right now, as we speak, a lot of these people are, in their mind, the wait and see formation. They're waiting for the opportunity to be like, ha ha, see, I was right. They would rather the country goes straight over the cliff and be destroyed, just so they can have the opportunity to say, aha, I was right this whole time. Yeah, but now you have no home to go to because the country is destroyed. That's what you was holding on to? A ha ha got you moment? How is that going to help you at all? Why wouldn't you want to see this country move in a positive direction so that everybody can prosper? You know why you don't see it that way? Because you are selfish, and being selfish has been ingrained in you for the longest of time. That's why any propaganda that comes out that feeds your need to get high of selfish, you jump at the opportunity, any and every opportunity you get. And there's extremes and flip sides to everything, and it's all woven in together. There's always an overall arching message into what I'm saying. And for the dudes out here, you're still dating, you're still hollering at chicks and this and that, I think a lot of you probably misunderstood the angle from whence I was coming from. It's like you ignored the overall message only to concentrate on when I'm going in on black women at the time. And when I'm discussing certain things, yes, these women particularly do deserve being going in at that point in time. But that's never been the overall picture of the message. That a lot of that stuff is not even important at this point in time. Because basically, it's like this. And it's an old saying that's catching on right now. It's, hey, go where are not tolerated. Wherever that ends up being. If it's an Asian chick, white chick, Latin chick, however it goes. See, this was never meant to be a woman-hating channel. This channel just calls out things as we see it. Whether you a man or woman, if you're doing or saying something crazy, yeah, we're going to talk about it. That's just the way it goes. And it's kind of ironic as far as missing the overall message, because a lot of people that didn't want to talk about policies before the election now all of a sudden want to jump online and nitpick at what President Trump is doing or not doing in regards to his policies. But you guys never had a damn thing to say when Biden and Harris was in office. You had nothing to say about policies, or dare I say, the lack thereof. See, I told you this video would not have any structure. It is an overall rant and things that needs to be said. So if y'all didn't care about policies the last 4 years, how are y'all all of a sudden experts on policies now? And if you don't know or don't understand something, why are you so quick to assume something instead of asking a question? That's what I do when I don't understand something. Let me jump online. We got computers in our pocket. We got smartphones. We got laptops, desktops. There's no reason why you can't get online and hit up Google and do some research. We even have a bunch of AI you can ask questions to. And that AI will scan many articles and information online and present it to you in a summary so you can understand what's going on in their life. So you have no excuse other than you are in love with having TDS about everything, even things that have nothing to do with Trump. You have to insert that ideology in everything. It's infested in your brain. It's infecting your logical thinking. But I'm the problem. I'm the coon. I'm the sellout. I don't know what I'm talking about. And if it is a situation where I have a question and I'm like, okay, well, let's talk about it. Y'all don't want to do that. Y'all want to call names and throw insults because you have nothing else to say. You have nothing to say. Hit the like button and share this video. These are the uncomfortable conversations that need to be had and will be had over here at Gen X Media 7. Open up the dialogue on it, and it don't matter how they rebrand and represent themselves. As of now, they are just as bad as CNN. Makes you wonder, that propaganda wing is very strong. That was literally the right arm of the Democratic administration. The Biden-Harris administration. Wonder how much information is going to come out on the people working for those networks. That might be another reason why they're so hell-bent on spreading TDS throughout the country, which is kind of crazy in itself, because it's like, that's how y'all lost in the first damn place. Why would you want to double down and triple down on that? To double, triple, and quadruple down on a bad decision, a wrong decision, that's just stupid. That's fucking dumb. There's homeless veterans out there. There's homeless regular people out there. The last 4 years, you lefties have been silent. You didn't care about that because in your mind, they're not going to vote anyway, so you could care less about those people. And now all of a sudden you do because you're not in power. It's funny how that works. What's even funnier is the people that agree with you that can be easily brainwashed with propaganda. If you don't stand on your word, you will fall off the sentence. In the 80s, the 90s, my two favorite decades, it was easier to come across people that was more logical in their thinking. They was objective. They was in the middle. They would listen to both sides, then form an opinion based on what they know, the information that's presented. That seemed more normal in people. And now it's not. And it's weird. A lot of us Gen Xers, we sat back and we watched the world change for the worse. Things that are done and said that absolutely makes no sense whatsoever. It leaves us scratching our head like, it's like, damn, I don't even understand how you got to put forth a lot of effort to mentally bring yourself to this point that you are at right now. That's blatantly wrong. Just obviously wrong. It's almost as if you're trying to be wrong, or the propaganda is just that strong. Now, ironically, if Donald Trump decides to send taxpayers $5,000, like what's being discussed, I don't hear none of y'all saying that. Why not? Don't you believe in what you're saying? If you really truly believe that your stance is right, that's the perfect time and moment to make a statement, not this little silly, stupid boycott y'all was talking about yesterday. That's just a bunch of nonsense. That whole economic boycott, blackout bullshit, the genesis of how that was born was basically some people with hurt feelings pouting, let's just not buy anything. Let's economic blackout. Then you have other people, well, let's do the opposite. Let's go to those stores and buy up all the black product. So even in your apparent agreement in some kind of boycott, you guys can't even come together and move in one direction. You can't even pull from the same end of the rope in a tug of war. You got one hand on one side, one hand on the other side, pulling back and forth, which is a problem in itself. Is like, you're quick to say, where's the unity, this and that, but y'all can't even boycott right. Don't buy nothing, only buy something. Only buy black stuff. Then there's a third option. Well, let's go to Target and buy a whole bunch of stuff to show them how much buying power we have. Oh my God. Propaganda, the media propaganda, the left-leaning media propaganda has Swiss cheesed y'all's brains. And sometimes I just wonder where this is all going to end. Because a lot of you, I used to have a lot of respect for y'all. Now I have absolutely none. I never thought that mentally I would get to this point where I'm to the point where I'm more comfortable distancing myself from certain people as far as how they think mentally. And there's a lot of people in the community that think a certain way. And I'm definitely all for distancing myself from them. When I said I was going to secede from the black community, you goddamn right. That's exactly what the fuck I'm gonna do. Because there's something seriously wrong with the way that y'all think. I can't put my finger on it. It's just, you guys hate yourselves so much. You're willing to dive out the window off of wrong information. And it doesn't matter who comes along and tries to give you the right information. You don't care about that because you're obsessed with feeding. Your Trump derangement syndrome has just run amok. And at this point, I don't know what y'all listening to. And it's just like the whole Kendrick Lamar type thing with the Super Bowl. Got a few of y'all talking about, well, I guess the message just went over your head. You're not deep enough, you're not conscious enough, you're not woke enough, and all this bullshit. Man, let me tell you something. Let me tell you niggas something. If you need a rapper to teach you and educate you, you are the fucking problem all along. Who the fuck goes to a rapper to learn something? The hell wrong with you? Oh, a lot of y'all want to be entertained instead of learn something. You damn right. It's the Super Bowl. We're watching a game. Don't nobody give a damn about Kendrick's fake ass pro-black, aka pro-whack message about nothing. And you idiots that look to rappers to teach you something, no wonder y'all so stupid. I wish I would go to a rapper to teach me something. Read a fucking book. You want to learn something. But yo, let me get up out of here, because so Kendrick is your professor, huh? Y'all attending the Kendrick School of Triple Entendres. Y'all got y'all trapper keepers ready to learn from King Kendrick. Bunch of imbeciles. Hit the like button, share this video, subscribe to the channel. Like I said, over here at Gen X Media 7. If you don't stand on your word, you'll just fall off the sentence. I'm out.